Welcome, Vinny.
Hi, Martin.
How are you, mate?
I am good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I can't complain. Welcome. And also to everyone who are coming, who are brand new, please thank you for checking us out. And those who are coming back for a new episode, appreciate it. And please make sure that you subscribe and give us a thumbs up. So today's topic, we're going to be talking mostly cricket. Of course, not mostly, all of cricket. We're going to look at the Ashes, the India-South Africa series, and hopefully we end on a positive note. Um, uh, as you all know, Vinny is someone that I look up to, very, you know, anything in regards to cricket. He is exceptionally knowledgeable in this.
You need to raise your standards, Martin.
Well, my standard, I think maybe, I don't know, I don't think so. I'm happy with it. But and his views are quite, he tries to keep them as um, positive. But not only that, he's also very knowledgeable, so he can kind of dissect it to the point where it all kind of makes sense even to the ordinary folk out there. So, on that absolutely lovely note, I'm going to welcome this man again, and thank you, mate.
Thank you, Martin.
Yeah, what's going on in your life?
Oh, so it's besides your everyday rigmaroles of life,
Yep.
life getting in between, you have the odd cricket matches
Yeah.
that keeps you
It
busy.
does, doesn't it? Yeah.
It's supposed to be an avenue where you can let off some steam. It's supposed
Yes.
to be, as we'll soon find out, it does wind you up a lot more than it's required.
Yeah.
So I suppose one of the pitfalls, if you like, of being a sport tragic, and even particularly when you try to follow a team
Yeah.
in particular,
Yeah.
The trials and tribulations of the journey, the roller coaster of emotions that you
Yeah.
go through.
Yeah.
And then, we end up spending our time like this, dissecting it and trying to make sense of what it is.
Yep.
Using some metaphors of life, if you will.
It is indeed. It is indeed. It both of us. I mean, you are a cricket tragic. I'm not. I wouldn't consider myself a cricket tragic, but I do. It does affect my mood dramatically, and it is something that I find, that if the Indian team plays well, it's great. If the Indian team doesn't play well, it's shite. And the first person I pick up the phone to, or I send a message to, is this man here. And I say, it's either a shit show or how bloody good was that? It was usually the line. Okay, so let's start off with the Ashes. It was in Perth. ICC said it was a good pitch, so nobody can blame the pitch. Let's just start it off. Help us dissect it. Help us all understand what happened there. By the way, for historical records, apparently this was the shortest Ashes match in 137 years, and because it was won within 2 days, or within 2 days.
2
right?
days, absolutely 2 days. Actually, let's go one step back.
Yep.
Look, yes, it was one of the shortest days. And just before the toss, I don't think anyone would have predicted it would be that short. Day one, 19 wickets on day one. No way.
Yeah.
No way would anyone in their wildest dreams have predicted.
Yeah.
Only because, and I say this, look, in hindsight, we can see why. But I guess at the toss, leading up into that, Perth was leading the first match of the Ashes series. England on a bit of a roll, if you like. They talk themselves up. People saying this isn't the England teams of yore, where they come in almost with the defeatist attitude, coming here and saying, how can we minimize the damage that's going to be inflicted on us?
So they're already on a defensive step.
Absolutely. Now, ever since Brendan McCullum's taken over, the whole Bazball, if you like, and he has admitted to the fact that he does not like that term, there is a lot more positivity around the group. Throw in a little more elements that could have gone in England's favour. Day one of the test, the first test, the captain, Pat Cummins, Australian Test captain Pat Cummins, ruled out. And an even bigger blow, Josh Hazlewood ruled out as well. So already the English press are on a high. The Australian supporters are also going, wow, this legacy that the Australian team has built on was built on these three fast bowlers plus Nathan Lyon. Between them, they've got 900 tests, close to 1,000, was it 1,200 test wickets? So yeah, not a bad record for the four of them. So your two stalwarts, big guns, already ruled out, which Mitchell Starc is still there, but now you've got a debutant pacer coming in and a replacement batter as well. So yes, questions. So that's already England feeling good about it. There was a bit of rain leading into the opening days of the test, but dare say about 24 to 48 hours, absolute brilliant weather, bathed in sunshine, capacity crowd sold out. Barmy Army flew in. I had a few mates that actually went to the game, and I asked, I said, what was the support like? And he categorically said he thought it was 50-50. So yeah, it was sort of a split crowd as well. So everything leading into it looks great. Australia have now got Steve Smith as stand-in captain. Now again, not a bad choice. Like if anything, one of the more better captains out there, replacements, if you like. For want of a better word. So yeah, everything pointing to say that the best chance for England to start off the series with a win is probably in Perth. The pitch looked like it would suit England, and England have this history of announcing the team, not even the squad, the playing 11 24 hours in advance. Australia did do it as well, but England sort of went ahead. They're playing 4 fast bowlers. So, mind you, this is in the WACA pitch of the year, but the Optus Stadium is known for a bit of pace and bounce. So the whole welcome to Australia sort of thing.
Yeah, well, that's where they start you off, isn't it?
Yeah, they equip themselves with, and for England, for the first time in God knows how long, Archer and Wood in the same playing 11. Right, so 2 150 plus. They've got airspeed, they've got pace of the pitch, and able support in tongue and forgotten little fourth places. But yeah, and you've got Ben Stokes back. He had a bit of an injury worry, but he's bowling at full tilt as well. Everything pointing to that. England win the toss, and they choose to bat. Now, there was a bit, because historically, Ben Stokes preferred to chase. The game, the whole Bazball game, has been built on the fact that they believe they can chase anything. They've come up with some outlandish statements saying the bigger the chase, the better the challenge. But look, that's how they've always favored themselves in almost like a set template. But this time they flipped the script on its head and decided we'll have a bat. Which, to be honest, I was a little surprised. Reason being, one, they haven't played any they haven't played any tour games. They chose to have a intra-squad practice match, but again, on a completely different set of circumstances. But again, I'm not a professional player, but I would have thought they would use that first day morning, new ball. You know, the Australians are playing a new opening pair. Right, Jake Weatherald and Usman Khawaja. Usman hasn't been amongst the runs. And he's sort of on the downward hill, if you like, of a sportsman's career. Absolutely. So Jake Weatherald, his debut test. So I would have thought put them under pressure and get some cheap wickets up front. But that's not what happened. Ben took the positive approach and decided to bat first. Now, again, this isn't a match report. We know how it all...
I think they made 172.
Yeah, 172, just under 180. Mitchell Starc, if we ever... Now, one thing there's not a lot of things that I have regrets on, especially in terms of watching cricket. But there's one thing I wish I had, if I could put money on, it's to put money on Mitchell Starc taking a wicket in his opening over. That man has done it so many times. I dare say the odds are probably not that great, but...
Yeah. The other person that I freak this guy frightens me is Boland.
Scott Boland.
Yeah. I mean, like, the man is... Jesus Christ, you could put a $2 coin and he would hit that
He does. He's a great skillful bowler. Now, the only question mark, if anything, is he in Australia. His record is impeccable, right?
Yeah.
But overseas,
Yeah.
last time Australia went to England for the Ashes, they targeted him because he's not express pace, but that it's a different set of circumstances. They play
Correct.
with the Duke's ball. It's he doesn't swing the ball much. He's more a seam bowler.
Yep.
And they did target him. They went after him, and they did have a bit of success. So everyone expected they would target. But coming back to Mitch Starc, so he's the leader of the attack now. Again, something that he not alien to. He's done before.
No.
But yeah, takes a wicket in his opening. The match is off to a start. He takes a 7 for, bowls England out. Again, Scott Boland has I wouldn't say shocker, but something by his standards. His performance left a lot to be desired. He was going at 6 per over. And I think the concerning part was not for the fact that the English batsmen were trying to target him. He just wasn't able to get his radar right. He was either getting it too full. So there were a lot of gimme balls, as they say. He would have 4 good balls and then have 1 hit me ball that they would get a boundary off. So yeah, they weren't really targeting him, and in spite of that, he was going at about 6 per over. So he needed some readjustment. And credit where credit's due. In the second innings, he sort of. So you've got
full barrels, man. The whole
absolutely, and I guess that's something I pointed to earlier. This is why I think it was good that we started off with the Ashes, because there's a lot of things in here that I want to then bring back to the India-South Africa series and say what defines a champion team from a team that is out of sorts. But anyway, just to summarize the first innings, cracker, Brendan Doggett on debut as well, bowls well, gets a wicket off the first ball, drain start. But yeah, again, you can see some nerves, but Mitchell Starc is just too good. So good to the point where Nathan Lyon isn't even required to come to the party. He does bowl, but he doesn't need to have that much of an impact because Mitchell Starc is just blowing them off the park. Harry Brooks throws a 50. Anyway, 172. So going in, you think, oh my God, Australia cannot lose from here. Right? It's also, and again, it's barely, we haven't even gotten past the first half of day one.
No, yeah,
right?
That's right. Yeah.
So we've got 4.5 days left.
Yeah.
And we're thinking, wow, this is off. But look, this is in the England team of, again,
yesteryears,
right? This is a brand new, rebranded English team. They thrive in positivity. Some would say almost ultra positive, to the point where non-supporters may find it nauseating because some of the stuff they...
It's a bit cultish, is it?
It is cultish, but to the point where some of them, like I said, outlandish statements. Probably
some of it is just like, geez, dude.
Sometimes I'm just
easy.
Like, hey, just
put
down that crack pipe.
It down.
Yeah. There's a lot of whatever you guys are eating, smoking, it is ultra positive.
Jesus, a little bit of positivity. I mean, positivity is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But I think over the top positivity, sometimes you gotta back it up too, dude.
Well, it's not even back it up. One, back it up. Two, the second part is some of that just does not seem. Just go, that beggars belief.
Yeah.
Like if they have to chase 500, they're like, oh, I wish they give us 600, so it's a bit more of a challenge. Well, man, you still need to chase 500.
Right? Yeah.
So that sort of stuff. So it's just
it's like, yeah, I get being in a positive frame of mind.
Yeah.
Allows you to free yourself up to play the game, but sometimes you also need to read the game correctly and say, okay, I've got, this is hypothetical, I got 500 to chase. I need to break it down and say, I need to score this many runs per phase, and this is how we're going to do it. But that's strategy, right? And sometimes you don't go all guns blazing all the time.
Correct.
That's not strategy. That's just madness. That's just like, yeah, all right. Anyway, let's go.
And you're spot on. You can't. The best teams have gears. The best players have gears. You you can't expect to be on the autobahn every time.
Yeah,
right?
that's
Yeah,
right.
right?
Yeah,
You
agree
have
with
to
you.
sort of
Or the autostrada for those
correct.
Italian guys. Yep.
But look, one thing I'll give them credit where credit's due, that ultra positivity has changed their outlook in the way they present things. And what do? They blow Australia out for 120. Imagine getting a 50-run lead.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
Oh, wait, we haven't come back to the best bit.
Yeah.
This is on day one. So they get 9 more wickets. So they've gotten 19 wickets have fallen on day one.
Yep.
Again, on the surface, at the pitch report, just looking at the pitch, again, I'm no expert, but just looking at it, it didn't look like the Wacker pitch of before, yesterday's where they have cracks wide, right? It looked like but it also had good value for shots, right? The bounce was true. It wasn't uneven bounce.
Yeah.
It wasn't a dodgy pitch of any sort. You just had to weather the storm, but you got good value for shots. Again, you don't have to be ultra positive, but you pick and choose your balls, and you could hit it. So yeah, on the just before the toss, I don't think anyone would have predicted one team will get bowled out. Forget one, actually, let alone 2 teams nearly getting bowled out on the same day. Long and short of it, England come up with a 50-run lead.
Indeed, yeah.
So in low-scoring games, that sort of lead is gold dust. So you're already starting the game at 50 for no loss.
Yep.
Again, as we talked about, the man Mitchell Starc comes in, first over, blows Zach Crawley away again.
Yep.
Again, he gets a wicket off his first over. The amount of time this man has done it, it's ridiculous.
I know.
It's ridiculous. And what made that wicket even more spectacular was, I don't know if you probably would have seen it, for those that have seen it, that was an athletic piece of fielding, cotton bowled of his own bowling. And for a man that is bowling at 150 clicks, who is about 36, just shows the athleticism of that man. So hats off. It was
hats off
wonderful.
to the man.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the better catches you'll ever see of cotton bowled of fast bowler's own bowling.
Agreed.
So yeah, England
One down.
have that one down. They've got a little blip there, but they are sort of motoring along.
Yep.
Right, they get to about 100 for 1, if I'm not mistaken, and we're all thinking, all right,
now they go out for lunch.
They come back. At this point, you'd have to say the scales have tilted towards
England. Yeah.
Oh yeah, England sails. There is wind behind England sails.
Yep.
And then what happens after lunch, Patrick?
Scott Boland arrives.
Well, Scott Boland arrives, 1, but 2, I think where Scott Boland, and you have to give credit to the Australian think tank as well.
Yeah.
Now, we did say this English team is ultra positive, but with that also comes an ego, an air of invincibility, a false air of invincibility.
False sense of,
So Boland, you could see he was struggling to get that right length. He was struggling to. What he then did was, 1, he retuned his radar. 2, he fed the English batsman's egos. He started putting it on 6th line. What Scott Boland does better than all the other, well, not better, what he does really well is he hits the deck hard, and if there's any bit of juice in the wicket, he'll extract the extra bounce. By bowling it wide, the English batsmen could not help themselves but throw their bat at it. So Mitchell Starc may have ended the match with 10 wickets, but I dare say this match was broken open with that spell from Scott Boland. 4 wickets for nothing, almost nothing.
Yeah, Jesus, that was something magical to watch. I mean, it for me. I was just watching it and I was mesmerized, and I was like, man, this guy is amazing, like literally amazing. Scott Boland terrifies me, right? Because 1, he's a big dude. He's a big unit, right?
Yeah.
And he's tall.
The irony is, if you compare him to Starc, he doesn't look that big, but yeah, they're all huge.
They're fucking mountains.
Yeah,
man. I mean, like, Boland can easily play NRL.
Yeah.
He's a big unit.
Absolutely.
Right? This guy comes from balls. I mean, like, he
relentless.
Hits the deck. And you're thinking, this ball, dude, I mean, like, seriously, dude, that was just amazing. And I mean, I'm not even going to Mitch Starc here simply because Mitch Starc, you know what he's going to do, right? With his left hand. It's just phenomenal. But, oh, man.
But
Because Boland was the one that broke us also, you know.
oh, I mean, yeah, even against England last time when they were here, 6 for 7.
Yeah,
So
he was.
his accuracy.
By the way, we're both from Victoria, and he's a proud Victorian.
That's
So
true.
we're like, we're gonna just say, yep, ball on the days, right? For
Yeah.
us,
There's a widespread campaign to have the man statue outside the MCG, but you know, all valid reasons for all valid
Yep, well,
reasons.
man deserves it because I swear to God, I mean, like as a Victorian, I'm looking at that. Jesus, go, you good thing. You know?
Yeah. And I guess this is the beauty of Test cricket, right?
Right.
And I remember reading, or must have come across the speech that Harsha Bogle had done a while ago at when he was addressing. I can't remember if it was the Indian Institute of Management, but an alumni campus. And he said the beauty of Test cricket is it is almost a metaphor for life. By that is one, you don't always, as we talked about, it doesn't have to always go at a steady pace. There's up and down gears. And two, and something I always need to remind myself as well, like tests, life always throws you second chances.
Yeah, it does.
So it's very easy after Boland's performance. Everyone else, Mitch Starc was just picking wickets for fun. Doggett as a debutant was also doing bowling well, but Boland was the only one that was going at 6 for over.
And it is, you know, it's fascinating. Once Boland broke it open, it just became. You could see that the whole thing is going to come.
Absolutely,
apart.
no, and
you could literally see the whole thing coming apart.
The wheels came off so quickly.
So quick. They could not. They were just like, yeah, this is razzle dazzle.
Yeah, this is razzle dazzle. But I guess the point I'm trying to make is this is the hallmark of a champion player. He's human. We all are human. We will have our off days.
Yeah.
But the hallmark of a champion player is they will then use the time to go back and recalibrate, and they can just switch over really quick. Whereas, and that's what separates the geniuses from the, pardon the word, but the ordinary.
No, yeah,
right?
Agreed. That's actually true for everything in life.
Absolutely.
You know, there are people that are absolutely brilliant on certain aspects of it, and you can see there'll be one or two times, you know, off days and things like that. But I mean, like, you know, you. I hate to bring. I'm a rugby union follower, right? I love rugby union, and funnily enough, I go for the Canterbury Crusaders in New Zealand, and I also go for the All Blacks. Now, for those of you thinking, "What? How long you're leaving Australia?" Yes, I don't go for the Wallabies, or as I call them, the Wobblies. One of the greatest things you find about rugby union or All Blacks is that in its 100, if you take 100-year history, I mean, like, these guys have a phenomenal win rate, right? And there's a reason behind that. But anyway, I'll come to it. What I'm trying to say here is that once a champion team or a champion, they might have off days, but the odds are that they will always have on days more than the off days.
Correct.
And it's about probably 80, 20, 90, 10. That's about
absolutely. And you spot on. And just to sort of extrapolate that even further is champion players will know when they're off.
Yep.
And they will not use that to sort of go down a spiral. They know how to switch off and then switch on really quickly and recalibrate really quickly. That's the hallmark of a player.
Yep.
You know, the greats of the game, go to tennis, someone like a Nadal or Federer, right? They won a lot, but they've lost a lot. Michael Jordan, he's had off days, but the beauty of that is they believe in themselves so much. They don't. These setbacks are, if anything, push them even further.
Yep.
Right? It just, there's a separate gear in them they can find or pull when things are not going right.
Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree with that.
And that's not only, that's characteristic of Boland the player, and that's characteristic of the team that he's playing in as well.
Yeah.
And that's when you can identify what sort of environment they're in, how comfortable they are in their environment, and the role clarity, the role definition. Because more often than not, again, using a metaphor for life, it's very easy to have self-doubt. But when you have 15 other people around you believing in you, that is contagious.
It is.
It is infectious.
It is infectious. It is, as you said, it's a metaphor of life. You know, it is. Test cricket is it's absolutely stunning and beautiful. Yes, there are times when it's boring.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, but like you intimated to me, nowadays they've decided they've tried to make Test cricket where it's result oriented
Absolutely.
rather than draw oriented, and um, and because of that, it has actually, I think, it makes it a bit more easier to view, and because there is bound to be a result out there,
100%. 100%.
and so it's usually the deck is stacked, right? Uh,
Absolutely.
and So yeah, look, I love Test cricket if it is played. I mean, if
Yeah.
it is completely lopsided, it's
But that's
not fun.
any
Any
game,
sport,
any sport.
any
If
sport,
it's lopsided, it's not fun watching.
it's not fun watching.
Even if it's your favorite team or player winning, it takes this thing out of
Yeah,
you.
it does. Yeah,
Right?
but look, I mean, so all right, so second
Okay,
innings,
so
after lunch, bowler comes, opens the whole thing up. It's like a can of sardines. The moment he opens it all up,
it's not even can of sardines,
is
man.
this
It's a can of cola, fizzy drinks.
yeah,
Really,
yeah,
you just give it a shake and open up. Once it goes up, everything is flat after that.
everything is
Once
flat
you
out,
get rid of the carbonate,
and you're like, what in heaven's name
it
happened?
was flat as water after that.
Yeah, it was flat.
It was
So they go and make 204 runs, and
well.
then the genius of Australian cricket, they decide to shuffle it.
Well, here's the thing, right? So again, this isn't a match report, so there's no spoilers here that we're going to ruin it for everyone. I think going back, and this is why I think this is a good thing to talk about. It's just the environment where every person knows their roles and believes in it. So there's a 200 to chase. Now Australia have a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have mentioned this earlier. So when Australia were batting in the first innings, for all intents and purposes, Usman Khawaja and Jake Weatherald were the designated openers. Now, Usman Khawaja, fortunately or unfortunately for him, developed a bit of back spasm. So he had to take treatment during the game. Now, for those that follow the game, there's only certain amounts of time you can spend off the field before you start getting penalized for it. Now, Usman Khawaja, poor guy, with the back issues that he ended up spending a lot more time than was required, which meant as an opening batsman, he couldn't open the innings because he had to spend some penalty time off the field.
Yes.
Which automatically disrupts Australia's balance.
Yeah.
So Marnus Labuschagne, who was supposed to come in at one drop, now he has opened the innings before, but for all intents and purposes, when the squad was announced, when the squad was picked, he was
one drop,
not your backup opener, not even considered for the opening position. Two, not even your backup opener. So, and he's played all his games leading into this from a domestic circuit perspective as not in the opening position. So already they're on the back foot. They've got a makeshift opener now, and one could argue that's literally through their, because now you've got not only one batsman playing out of position, everyone else, you can say 3 and 4 sort of just play a little earlier than usual, but someone like Usman Khawaja is now coming at number 5 and 6, so it's a different set of skills. It's not something that you used to. So you could almost argue or present the case that was the reason why Australia had a bit of a batting collapse. Now let's come back to, I know it's sort of going back, chopping and changing, but coming back to the second innings. So now Australia, believe it or not, Usman Khawaja's back spasms have not gotten any better.
No,
so he's not fit to open again.
No. I think he was put at 5 or 6.
Well, the thing is,
he didn't require him anyway.
Well, yeah, in the end he didn't, but I guess at that point they were like, is Usman better off coming at 3 or do we play him at 6? Because the reason why you play someone at 6 is because that's when, if things go to plan, that's when the second new ball is due. So you need someone who's got skills to play the new ball.
Yeah.
Correct. So you want someone at 5 or 6. So it's not an automatic thing where someone comes in at 4 drop. And someone like a Steve Smith has, again, 3 and 4 pivotal positions in tests because they are the glue that holds the whole thing together, right? And technically, historically, rather, you go back through the pages of history, your best test batsmen are always at number 3 and number 4. Your Ricky Pontings, Tendulkars, goalie when he was at his peak. Steve Smith, they're all been number 3, number 4. So they're left with a bit of puzzle. They go, hang on, now they've got 200 to chase. Now, the way the wicket's playing, England will feel dejected, but they're also thinking 200 is a score that they can give a bit of a run for their money.
Yeah.
Right? They believe they can chase. But what they then do is they're trying to think, do we go back with Marnus Labuschagne? And at one point, from what I've heard, is they even contemplated throwing Nathan Lyons.
I know.
Nathan
That was
into the mix.
Steve Smith saying that, wasn't it? He said,
yeah.
At one stage, he thought, maybe we should just get Nathan Lyons.
Correct. But this man, Travis Head.
Said, I'll do it.
He's in his defense, he's been saying that for quite a while. Apparently, he's been trying to make his case, saying, I'd love to open. He's been itching to open. But the famous last words that he said was, how bad can it be? I'll just give it a crack. And again, one pointed really, like, we know the genius of Travis Head. This is not the first time he's done it. He's amazing. He's a generational talent. But the point I want to make here is the environment that's he's in. Now, Travis Head, for those that don't know, from a domestic circuit in Australia, he plays for South Australia. Now, the opening bat, Jake Weatherall, is also South Australian.
Correct.
So, Travis Head, in his own admission, said he almost felt obliged to protect his mate.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So, he said there was no way I was going to let Jake face the first ball.
Yeah.
So, he almost thought, if I'm there, it'll make life easy for him. I'll take first strike and sort of ease him into... Because Jake Weatherall didn't have a great first outing. Yeah. So Travis Head, and look, credit where credit's due, that the Australian think tank also said, you know what, go for it. And this is why sometimes in a small run chase, you need impact innings.
Yes.
This is where the Sehwags of the world, your Mavericks, when you're chasing 150 or anything under 200, you need a quick fire innings that cuts off the chase and that allows the other people
to come in. Yeah.
Having said that, though, 200, we say 200, we've got 4 days left.
Yeah.
Right? Or 3.5 days, if you like.
Yeah.
Right? So time is not the issue here. It's the volume of runs. But everyone, it's there to be seen, to the point where I dare say the highlights don't do it justice.
No.
I tried watching the highlights and I was because I guess in the highlights, you know what's coming.
Yep.
The thrill of watching it live was you didn't know what was coming.
Yeah.
But Travis Head, suffice to say, smashed the living daylights out of it. England didn't know what hit them.
Absolutely
and
not.
He scored a century, a whirlwind century in 60 balls. 67.
That was similar to IPL numbers. It
not
was
even IPL.
Oh, Jesus, dude! I mean, strike rate was phenomenal.
Strike rate was one thing, but it's just the way he was just taking them on. And mind you, for the first 15 balls, he played like a proper test opener. He was leaving balls.
Yeah.
This isn't your old top edges going for sixes. He hit them where he wanted to hit them.
Yeah.
He hit them. England didn't know what hit them.
Yep.
And he was just this is a guy that is self-aware. He knows his game. He knows his strengths. Again, coming back to the environment he's in, he's assured of what he can do, and he is assured.
I agree.
He's happy with where he is. The team is happy with where he is, and he knows he can deliver. Scores one of the most fabulous, dare I say, the most amazing Ashes centuries you will ever see. The only person that can beat this record is probably Travis Head himself.
Yeah,
it'll be hard to beat, but the only person that can beat him is himself.
100%, because it was something to watch.
No one, I will say, will begrudge that innings. Sometimes it's one of those innings you just stand there.
It's a blinder.
You doff your hat and say,
yep.
Sorry, mate. There's nothing. There's literally nothing.
I mean, he's facing the battery.
Archer, there was one shot of his, Martin, and I'm sure everyone else would have watched it, a back foot slap of Archer bowling at 150. it was almost with disdain.
Yeah.
Like, it's like he was swatting a fly. He just hit him, and there was no reaction, nothing. It was just, he's the most chill dude
Yeah.
you can ever see. Like, he's the life of the. You can see he's the life of the party. He's a character, but yeah, he's. Anyway, fabulous, fabulous innings.
It just says one thing about the Australian team: it's a never say die attitude.
Oh, it's
Dude, I mean, like, seriously, you have a never say die attitude, and they're not afraid to do open heart surgery on the field to fix something, right?
Oh, yeah, and that's the thing, right?
Jesus, I mean, like,
they could have, and again,
sometimes I'm sorry, man.
Sorry, no, I was going to say, this is why it's important to talk about all the sort of characteristics of this team, because like I said, the other side of the coin we'll find out soon, and that's why it's great to compare this with later. Scores, like I said, is not going to matter here because everyone knows what's going there. It's important to see how a person can perform as well as they can when things are presented to them. Travis Head again didn't have a great first innings. Well, the team got bundled out for 120.
Yep.
And now the man alone has scored 100, right? So he's chomped off 50% of the deficit already, right?
I mean, like, look, he's written himself into history books.
Oh,
that's one.
Absolutely.
Two, it's the game has gone into history books too. It's like, and so I guess the question now for me, I'm going to ask you is, what's next for England? How are they going to
look?
Because the next game is going to start when? December 4th, is it?
Yeah, correct.
All right. And so, I mean, they can do the Indian thing and just say, all right, that's bad. Let's cut it off. And professional players can do that. Professional teams can do that and say, all right, that was a bad one. Let's not dwell on it. Let's just look at it positively and move on. We're better than this. But, mate, I mean, sometimes you just kind of shake your head and say, Jesus, how do you move from this? And what do you think was going through the English team? And all said and done, Brendan McCullum was a phenomenal player. How do you rate Brendan McCullum as a coach?
I'll answer the first part.
Yeah.
The first bit, rather.
Yeah.
Look, England or any team, England just happened to be in that crossfire. India has been in that position during the 2023 ODI World Cup.
Yep.
Travis had played a brilliant innings. But look, something like that, like I said, you just, as a team, you just go, look, this is a one-off. It's a freak innings. We just happen to be on the other end, unfortunately. Just wipe it off, right? You just pick up, dust yourself off and say, it's happened. We stuffed up, but that game's gone. And I guess that's the beauty of an Ashes or a 5-test series. You've got 4 more tests to come back in, right? So it's not all doom and gloom.
I don't think it is all doom and gloom. So no. I look a little bit of precedence, right? And I'm trying to say this in the most polite way. When you have such a devastating heavy defeat, the odds on, based on just a very short precedence, you look at India won the first one in Perth again, and then after that we got clobbered, right?
Yeah, but that's different.
I'm just trying to draw some parallels.
Yeah.
And then you look at, prior to that, India got a whacking in South Australia, and was like, we were bundled out for nothing, and then
went on to win
the series.
Correct.
So I think sometimes, even though it looks really bad, and you might even have a PTSD aspect to it, what I think is most professional teams would say, all right, we're going to show you we're not just made of this kind of shit.
Yeah. And you're spot on. And that's a great analogy to bring up, India being bowled out for 36 all out.
Yeah.
Everyone wrote that team off, including Indian press. But the fact that they went on to win is one thing. And I guess that's the point that's good to make here. Because I remember Ravi Shastri famously said after that game, he came out and he said, wear that as a badge of honor. Yes, you got 36, and sometimes that's as low as you get. things can't get any worse
Worse
from
than
here.
that,
It can get better from here. And as we touched upon earlier, so as English, if I were in the English think tank, I'd say, look, at the end, it was one freak innings, right? That took the game away from us. Travis Head, from positive side of things, they bowled Australia out for 120. So this team is not as
invincible.
Correct. As dominating this result is, they know this team is far from settled, for lack of a better word, especially in the batting department. So there's things in here that they can work on. Yes, England didn't get their strategies right, and two, they would have realized, one, had they batted a little more sensibly, this game could have easily. They had the upper hand for most parts, at least on for most parts of day 2. Most parts of the second half of day 1, leading into day 2, and then they just threw it all away.
Yeah.
So that's one way. So one thing, they just get up and say, let's forget it. Now we just look at it as a 4-match series as opposed to a 5-match series. We just need to win 2 more. Well, 3 more. So let's just forget about it. Let's just take one, or even break it down into 1-match series. Just go, we just need to win the test. So that's one. I guess the challenge here now is the second test is in Brisbane, and it's a pink ball test. So historically, England don't play pink ball. I don't think anyone plays.
I don't think anyone plays pink ball.
And 2, Australia are the kings of pink ball. And 3, Mitchell Starc is the king of the pink ball, the pink kookaburra.
So I've always wondered, does the color of a ball actually matter?
So it does in this case, and I don't know the specifics of it. So basically,
is it more lacquer?
Well, no. One, it is. So the reason why you have more lacquer is traditionally they make it out of leather, right? The kookaburra balls are handmade as well, so they're not machine made. So because they're playing under lights, they had to play around a little bit with the color for the visibility aspect of it.
Yep.
So red wouldn't work because you have a dark backdrop, the night sky, if you will. And the red ball isn't very visible under lights. So in white ball tournaments, you play with white balls, right? For day-nighters. But that's colored clothing. In tests, you still play white. So that doesn't work either.
Yeah.
So the closest thing, they've tried differentiation. I think at one point they tried a neon green, whatever. But long story short, this is artificially dyed. And then they got the pink color. But what evolved is over numerous trial and error cycles is they found the color of the ball, because it's artificially colored, lost color really quickly, which meant
they had to lacquer it.
Well, no. More than lacquer, before I get to that, so essentially the color wouldn't sustain. So they had to replace the balls a lot more, and the visibility of the ball went off really, really quickly.
Fast, okay.
Right? So to prevent that, they had to apply extra layers of lacquer. Now, what that does is the ball swings a lot more, and specifically under lights, I am not sure of the physics of it, but it moves a lot more. Now, Brisbane has a lot more humidity. It's a lot more tropical climate, so humidity is
very tropical in Queensland.
Correct. Yeah.
So there's a lot of moisture there, and as you can imagine, when the thing smooth surface meets water.
Yeah. So the resistance, all of that. So yeah. So and Mitchell Starc is, I can categorically say, he's the king of the pink ball.
So pink ball game, right? Okay, so I asked you 2 questions. One was about Brendan McCullum also.
Second one, yeah.
So your thoughts on Brendan McCullum as a coach? How easy? Okay, great coaches don't, go on the defeat part of it. They just say, look, you guys are better than this most times, and they just allow them to work it out within themselves and come up with a plan, more or less, to say, all right, we're better than this, we can do better than this, and we will do better than this. Kind of a self-acknowledgement thing. I've got to ask you seriously. I mean, McCullum was a phenomenal player.
Absolutely.
An impact player beyond belief. But as we always said, between me and you, we always said, we're both in sales. Great salesmen never make a great managers. Yeah. In fact, 99% of them are effing useless.
Yeah, no.
effing useless. So if you're a great player, does not make you a great coach.
100%.
All right. Or if you're a great salesman, doesn't make you a phenomenal sales leader. Doesn't work.
Yeah, no,
right?
100%.
Leadership is a completely different kettle of fish.
Yeah, no.
So my question to you, McCullum.
Okay. So McCullum, when he took charge of the English team, they were at their lowest.
Yep.
And McCullum wasn't the red ball coach. He was the white ball coach.
Oh, he was too. Yeah, you're right. Yep.
Oh, no, hang on. Sorry. I take that back. He was the red ball coach.
Was he?
Yeah. I'm confused. No, he wasn't. No.
I don't think he was. It doesn't matter. Yeah, go on.
He was he was the red ball coach.
Was he?
And Matthew Mott was the white ball coach. And I would have thought Baz McCullum's style would have suited the white ball more because of the way he played. But anyway, look, one thing I'll give credit is what McCullum has brought to this group, the English side, and by their own admission, is he's freed up the players. The English players, and this is not just an opinion. This is there to be seen. The previous teams have always played within themselves. They've always lacked a bit of unity. They didn't have that fun aspect of it. What McCullum has done by creating this environment, if you like, is he's reassured the team and almost convinced them that they are here to entertain. Now, everything else around the BS around it, and that's just the English press going around saying that they've saved Test cricket. They can believe what they want to believe. But credit where credit's due is the players, even someone like a Joe Root, when he was captain, they went on, what was their losing streak? I think they lost 7 tests in a row, or 10 tests in a row, or probably more. My memory fails me now. But someone as charismatic as Joe Root, and Joe Root is supposed to be this person that's, again, positive, not ultra positive, but he's a lovely love from all accounts. Yeah. He's a lovely person. Yeah.
Very soft-spoken too.
Very soft-spoken, not loud, and again, a genuine good bloke. Like what you see on, I guess, on the telly is what you get in real life as well. Bit of a prankster, gem of a person. Even under his leadership, this team was struggling. But what Brendan McCullum's come is just come out and say, you know what, we're entertainers before anything else. We've forgotten the reason why we all play, right? The whole reason we took up cricket is the fun aspect of it. So these guys now believe in themselves. It comes back to that ultra positivity. Now depends on which side of the fence you're on. But no one in that team suffers, at least from the outside, looks like they suffer from self-doubt. They believe that they can do wonders together. They believe they can do it wonders, and they can do it together. There's that brethren sort of feeling, the band of brothers sort of thing that comes in with them. Which now comes down to him as a coach. Now, look, all that is great. At the end of the day, you are judged rightly or wrongly, fortunately, unfortunately, by your results.
Yeah.
Now, Brendan McCullum, as a coach, when you start looking at it tactically, strategically, in terms of tactic use, I dare say there will be a lot of questions.
I agree.
Right? And I dare say the English fan following or the public will start, their patience will start running thin as well, right? It's great having, a 20 ball 50 in the scheme of things, but if that's contributing to a 150 all out and you're getting bundled out for 150 in 30 overs in a test match, yeah, that is going to start raising questions. So going back to his question as well, just before they got to Australia, before they played the Ashes, the last test series they played was against India.
Yep.
Right. All those test matches went down to the wire. Every test match lasted 5 days. But look, if you actually sort of double click onto that was a test series they should have won. It was in their home conditions. They had the upper hand. They were 2-1 leading in. and India managed to pull the rabbit out of the bag.
Yep, they did.
Right?
Yep.
They needed 30 runs for the last 4 wickets to win.
Yeah,
On the last day, Siraj with the superhuman effort.
Yep.
Well, they drew that series. They should have won that series. They drew that series. So again, not a lot of form. And then leading into the Ashes as well, I played a one-day series in New Zealand and they got walloped. So
yeah,
Brendan McCullum. So it's a long-winded response to your question. Brendan McCullum as a coach, the environment he creates, yes, hats off to the man. But in terms of sheer results and numbers, I think there's a lot left to be decided.
Yeah, I think I mean, look, I'm all good. I'm all in for the positivity things. The English team are known for not being very gloomy prior to that, but I think if they could combine that with a bit of strategy, and a bit of thought process, and a bit of nous, just sheer nous.
Nous is the word.
To work this, they would be good, but I think they need it's just that positivity and slam bang see you man thing is it's great for T20s, probably even not bad for 50s, but Test cricket you need to play.
You need to have gears.
It's like chess. Let's just bluntly put it. You there's chess, there's blitz chess. You can't use blitz chess to play normal chess, right? Blitz is blitz. It's move, and you're just gunning, and it's all sequential. I mean, it's all but when you're playing normal long form, you don't go playing blitz.
You can't use a Lamborghini for a city drive.
That's right.
Right? But and this is where the English team flattered in the series against India, they actually showed those gears. There were times where they slowed down the pace and then picked up. So they almost flattered it. I dare say, I think one of the people from the English press coined it as baseball with brains, which is what it really was. They did show gears in that. And I think that's why people were excited for the Ashes, because they're like, hang on, this isn't just slam bam, thank you, man. They've got little gears in there, but they threw it all away. So I guess
either a rush of blood or whatever it was.
Oh, I don't know what it was. Sometimes you just think the best way to, and this is all cliches, right? The best form of defense is attack, right? So, and sometimes you want to hit your way out of trouble. That all works.
Sloganeering is great.
It is. Sloganeering is great. And the PR around this is great. But so I guess the positives that the English team can pull out of this is, one, they had Australia under the mat. They just didn't go for the kill. Two, they played this different brand of cricket against India. And again, and they
might have to go to that.
They'll probably have to go and they'll have to rethink their strategy going, okay, this doesn't work here. We need to find another. Because what this also shows is they've only got one form of attack. Well, that's the only gameplay they've got, rather. There's no plan A or plan B. There's no plan B or plan C. Plan A is just go full throttle straight from 1 to 6. We don't go through the gears. Just hit the nitro boost and go.
Nitro boost.
Right? So those are the positives. They can just go, all right, we've been found out, but look, there's things we can improve here. There's heaps of it.
Absolutely.
Which leaves it as a mouth-watering prospect for the second test.
Yep.
Australia going in also will be feeling good, but they'll also be going, boys, we nearly got a reality check there. Archer and Wood, we need to tighten up our batting. The bowling saved us, and Travis had.
And you know what? I know what. I reckon the ball is going to swing.
Oh,
it's going to swing, and Archer. It's not going to be easy for Australia.
No, it's not going to be easy.
They've got a amazing attack.
They do, but what they don't have is the variety, and that's the beauty of Australian bowling attack. They've got quicks, but they're all varying quicks, and they've got Nathan Lyon, who's the GOAT, as we all talk about. He can spin the ball anywhere, and not only can he spin to win, he can spin to defend. So he can hold one end up. And what England don't have is a spinner.
It'll be
Anyway,
interesting.
so
It's
it's
going to
good.
be a mouth-watering test to watch from Brisbane. I mean, I think it'll be amazing.
Yeah. So for all the hype,
Hopefully it's not 2 days. Jesus
yes,
Christ!
that's the only thing. So for
I
all
mean,
the
like
hype,
it would piss. I mean, I'll say this: both me and him we got tickets to the second day of Ashes, the Boxing Day test. Fortunately, it's the second day, so we will definitely see something. But if they get bundled out on the second day or the third day, I tell you what, there's going to be a whole lot of
yeah.
pissed
Or
spectators who are thinking, "Mate, I got the fourth day or the third day tickets here. This might not pan out for
Martin,
us."
forget that. Forget that. To get to Boxing Day, they still have to go to Queens. They have to still pass the GABA test.
Yep.
So if they go into MCG test 2-0 down,
Oh,
you're already.
yeah.
So
I
do you
think
know what I mean? So
yeah,
you're
it might.
already paying. So
Yeah.
so I think the bigger challenge for them now is to say, let's look at it as one match at a time.
Mm,
So they have to win this because quickly if they found out they'll be 2-0 down before they can even
Yeah, I
realize
agree.
things. In a 5-match series, then it's very hard to come back from there.
It was the Mitch Stark Travis Head show. That was
yeah, look,
that's in a nutshell.